What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I do my 10,000 steps this evening. I put off doing the steps for as long as I could today, y'all, because my legs is whooped. Had a crazy leg day yesterday, and my legs was destroyed. So I spent the day proteining it up and resting as much as possible. And I almost ain't make it out here today, but I'm out here now getting these videos together for y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Because you guys are joining me for this ride to 5,000, and I'm very grateful for it. Now let's get into the topic at hand. And it's the Chase bank fraud, or as they call it, Chase ATM glitch. Because glitch, hack, if they call it that, I guess they convince themselves that they're not committing a crime, but they are committing a crime. They're exploiting something that is in place for legitimate, checks to be deposited. So let's just reflect, how did this go? Well, Chase, amongst other banks, had it so that you can deposit your check into the ATM and you would immediately have some of the funds available to you. This is not something new. Other banks have been doing this for years. Chase, I don't know how long Chase has been doing it, but I guess it really doesn't matter. Some TikTok person came across this and they thought, hey, this is new. I'm smart. This is a glitch. This is something that I myself thought of, no one else has, and I'm going to do it and I'm going to share it. So this is just bank fraud. It's not a glitch of any sort. The way it works is people would write a check to themselves, deposit it into their bank account, and then the check would trigger the ATM to put some of the funds in their account while it's clearing. Now, the problem is that if the check does not clear, if the check is bad, you are now responsible for paying back that money that you owe. So in the age of people recording themselves committing crimes, you got a bunch of people that did this snitching on themselves, because if you have to have a bank account with Chase in order to pull this off. So there's no anonymity here. They have everything they need. They have your address, they have your ID information, your name, your social security number. Like, they know who the hell you are. They also have video of your moronic self walking up to the ATM to commit the bank fraud. So you really have made their case for them very thoroughly. It's very easy. Chase is now suing people who did this. What makes this funny is that for them suing, so they want them dollars. Chase is a bank, they want them dollars. So they suing people for the amount of money, but it's not gonna be just that. Because most of the time when they sue for stuff like this, they not only want the money back, but they want like double or triple the money back for damages. And it's very possible that you also will be on the hook for their lawyer fees. And I would imagine that lawyers who handle Chase would not be cheap lawyers. So this was just a really silly thing to get yourself involved in. There's nothing for free, y'all. There's no shortcuts. If you try to scam the system for money, you're gonna get caught. It's just like the situation with the PPP loans. People made all these, these fake paperwork and all this sort of stuff to substantiate a claim for them having a business and employees that they're paying. The PPP loans was so that if you were a business, you can continue to pay your employees and not go under during the pandemic. That's what that was about. And you were expected to pay it back. Now, in some cases, it could be forgivable, but it was really circumstantial. Every every situation was different. You know, I don't know what the parameters are, or whether you qualified for it being forgiven, but you did have to qualify. Not everybody who got it, it was just automatically gonna be something that they were gonna forgive. You had to qualify for that. But mofos doing this that don't even have a business. So you don't, you not only don't qualify for it to be forgiven, you didn't qualify for the loan in the first place, and that's why you're gonna get screwed. But people went out and got those PPP loans, and they were taking trips and buying ingredients for seafood boils and buying everything on Amazon, buying everything on Nike. It just was real ratchet. And that's what they still doing with this situation here. Real ratchet behavior. You got people, and I don't know if it's other races doing this, but all the videos that I seen was people that look like me. And it just was so embarrassing. It's like, man, why do we always gotta act like we got no business in anything legitimate? And that's really sad, because there's a lot of legitimate black folks that don't, you know, commit crimes and actually run businesses and live as law-abiding citizens. But those aren't the ones we always see. We always see the dumbasses, because even though the dumbasses are far outnumbered by the people who are legitimate, law-abiding citizens who aren't trying to scam the system and work for what they get, even though they're far outnumbered by those people, the dumbasses are so visible because they're the ones on social media. You don't see the people who aren't on that BS on social media because they're not on social media committing crimes. The legitimate stuff oftentimes gets ignored. It's the silly, dramatic stuff that goes viral. And that's why, even though the people who aren't criminals far outnumber the ones who are, it's the criminals that get seen so much because all the stupid stuff goes viral. And if you see that stuff enough, you get the perception that they're a larger number of people than what they really are. But they're not. It's not the majority. It's a very visible dickhead minority. And oh boy, are they freaking embarrassing. I think the saddest part is that these folks, they're embarrassing. They're embarrassing to themselves. They're embarrassing to you and me. And they're too ignorant to realize how embarrassing they are. They're too ignorant to realize that they're embarrassing themselves. So you're never gonna get ahead committing these sorts of crimes, these sorts of very low level crimes. Think of better stuff, and think of better stuff legitimate. These little goofy ass low level crimes that mofos out here putting time and energy into, it's only a very short gain. And this is how you know that these people, they're not very intelligent, because they really don't look very far down the line at where this is going to get them and what the repercussions is going to be, which is usually prison. But I digress. You know, they made their bed so they can lie in it. But that is the update, y'all. Chase is suing these people. They are not only going to be on the hook for paying back the money that they stole from Chase, but they're likely gonna have to pay double or triple what that amount was and the lawyer fees. So was it worth it? You know, you gain like $5,000 or whatever. Is it worth it to have to end up paying like $30,000 back? Is it? That's not rhetorical. I need one of these dumbasses to answer me. If one of y'all dumbasses is in the comments, please step forward, be seen. Was this dumb shit worth it? I have to know. Hey, what's that? No, it's not a gray hair. I'm out of here, y'all. My legs is beat the fuck up. I'm going home. Talk to y'all later. Peace.